No more hidden verdicts, no more secrets sold. Every voice is a weapon, every story be told. Innocent till proven guilty, that's our final decree. Under this constitution we stand forever free. Phoenix in the dawn, truth ignites the sky. Together we stand tall, no more asking why.
This is interesting. All right, folks, here we go. Let me make this a little bigger. Now, keep in mind this is a live dig. Whatever we find right here, we find. And my disclaimer is at the bottom of it. This is not to disparage, harm, defame anyone. Anyone we're talking about is public document, public record. Their theories and discussed are shared based on obviously public information, personal interpretation and speculation. It is all me, not my guests, not their intention to harm anyone either. I think I could say that. We don't accuse, defame, slander, or harm any reputation of anyone that we have seen. Now, we can speculate and allege, but in this document, these are facts. So it basically says that this detective, Powell, and ISP Detective Jake Schwenke interviewed X, Y, and Z. Redacted, right? But we can kind of guess. Now, I want to preface this. They interviewed him before. All right. They've interviewed this person before, and they coded him as a suspect. They coded him as a person of interest. And this is what they specifically say right here. Okay. This one goes into, hold on a minute. Did I grab the wrong document? Damn it. I did. Okay, this one wasn't supposed to go first, but that's okay. We'll make it fit. So they had somebody in mind. Save that for a minute. They had somebody in mind that was a person of interest. And this document made me started thinking, why was that person of interest? Well, this person that they interviewed, they gave a statement that was so profound that had me going down this rabbit hole. On November 18th at approximately 6:23, two detectives went out and they live in blankety blank Moscow. It was in regards to the murder of Madison, Kaylee, Zana, and Ethan, which occurred at 112 King Road, Moscow, November 13th, 2022. I took the interview over the telephone. I took the interview over the telephone. All right, not in person. And this person, they did not describe. They did not describe this individual. They didn't verify his address. They didn't verify an ID. They didn't verify anything. But on November 18th at approximately 6:23, ISP Detective Schwenke and I interviewed Blank over the telephone, and Blank provided the following information. A, he lives with his girlfriend who is a blankety blankety blank. Who wants to take a guess what that could be? I mean, your guess is as good as mine. Okay. Okay. And he said he was up until 2:30 playing video games and working on homework since he is outlying blankety blank blank. Okay, so he must be a student. And his girlfriend, I don't know. But he stays up and plays video games. It's common, right? After going to bed, he had been asleep for approximately 1 hour and was awoken by a vehicle with a loud exhaust speeding away down the street past his house. He assumed it was a white Audi that parks near his house quite frequently and has a loud aftermarket exhaust. Now, everybody, pause right there. There are people out there telling you that Hunter Chapin's Ford sounds like a loud yada, yada, yada. And they even showed a video of it being modified and this and that. And I'm telling everybody, no, it was either a truck or something else. It was not Hunter's car. I got a message from someone saying Hunter never modified his vehicle. Do I know it's true? No. But by reading the documents, I'm showing you that it could not be Hunter Chapin's car that drives in and parks. Because of the Linda Lane audio and the video that I've seen, this car comes and goes quite frequently from this area. Okay? Now, he says he assumed it was a white Audi. So let's go and look what a white Audi looks like compared to a white Elantra. How about that? I figured this would be fun. So let's just...
The big bad wolf is here with over 631 horsepower and over $18,000 worth of options. This is the 2025 Audi RSQ8 Performance, and we have it here at Audi Lakeland, and we're going to take a spin around this thing and see what it's all about for the 2025 model year. Let's get right to it.
Now, did you guys hear that? Did you hear that at all? And the blurring that they do on the camera is so large because it has to cover the grill, allegedly. I'm just assuming. Because remember, that big blur, that's not anything shining from the lights. That is somebody blanking out and blurring out the lights so that you do not see that.
What's good, guys? Welcome back to Ron's Rides. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another video where we're here at Audi Lakeland with the top dog, the big bad wolf, the RSQ8 Performance model. Yes, this is the big boy when it comes to Audi SUVs. This is the top of the line. This is the cream of the crop, the end game, and we have it here today. And I'm going to go over it, show you guys all the options, specs, everything you need to know for the 2025 model year, and just enjoy this thing while we have them, because, well, we don't get too many of these. So with no further ado, let's check this bad boy out. A big shout out to Audi Lakeland for letting me take a spin around this RSQ8 Performance. And if you guys want this model or any other model that they have here today, of 5,500 pounds. Now here we are with one of the most exciting Audi. Now gone is the standard RSQ8, and in its place is the new performance trim, which is what we have in front of us here. 631 horsepower. Now the performance model not only offers more horsepower, but it comes with a mechanical center differential, a specifically tuned exhaust system, a unique suspension that uses electric motors to help stabilize the RSQ8 in corners, and more. And we have it here today. We're going to break this full thing down. Now in beautiful glacier white and cognac interior with obviously the black wheels and red calipers. This is highly spec'd up, around 18.
Okay, so you kind of get the idea. Somebody said, let's look at an Audi A6. Let's look at an Audi A6 in white. I'm just curious in white. So, yeah, it's a little bit lower to the ground. Here's a coupe. Let's do sedan because they did say sedan. And I'll show you that. Let's look at a sedan. Here we go. Here is an example of the sedan. Woo! Wow. Interesting. Interesting. There's the A6 sedan. All right. So could it be an Elantra with that large sound that we hear? Probably not, in my humble opinion, alleged, because this report here says clearly there was a witness that has a knowledge of, he assumed it was a white Audi that parks near his house quite frequently and has a loud aftermarket exhaust. The Audi normally parks near the cul-de-sac on the end of King Road. He believed it would have been around 3 to 4:30 a.m., but was unaware since he didn't check his clock. After the vehicle traveled past his house, he believed the vehicle turned on Taylor Avenue. going east. By the way, the sound of the vehicle was coming from, and the interview finished at 6:34. So, I mean, guys, he was only on the phone for 12 minutes with this detective, and he gave so much information. Okay? Way enough information to put the pieces to the puzzle together. So that surely was not an Elantra that we saw. It couldn't have been. It could not have been. And I will show you on at 4:27. So this vehicle comes in and out, in and out, in and out all night and all morning long on the Linda Lane footages and the dumpster camera. And you see it on the Statesman release on their video that shows this vehicle with the loud exhaust coming in and out, saying and trying to put Brian Kohberger there when he was never there. And what else do I want to show you in regards to that? This is a live dig. I just read this morning. I thought, you know what? I want to look at this route again. This route clearly doesn't say exactly what was testified to with Brett Payne. Okay? It says this video captured, and this document is a hoot. If you have never read this one, state's response to defendant's motion in limine 12, make and model of suspect vehicle. Now, Kohberger knew he wasn't there. He knew it wasn't his vehicle. Okay? But they had to find a way to prove that it wasn't his vehicle. They had already known, guys. They were trying to fit a square peg in a round hole, a tiny round hole, right? So you have to go look at the facts and say that he was trying to prove that there was no continuous footage of him being on camera. Now, if he was out driving around or going shopping in the area because he was close to 1122, well, the whole campus is close to 1122, and there's only so many main roads to go down. As I showed you, they said that he was on the other side of town. He was probably shopping at Albertsons or another store that was open for 24 hours. Yeah, there are stores in that area that are open. Okay, guys. Contrary to popular belief, it was during the almost a year into COVID, I believe, and almost coming out of COVID around the time. So wearing gloves and mask wasn't something like that was too shocking, right? I'm going to look at Albertsons real quick. Moscow, Idaho. And I know most stores would probably be open in even Washington late. Let's see. It was Clarkston. I think that's the closest grocery store that he was seen in. And let's see. This one closes at midnight now. I don't know what it was before. I don't know what they were doing before. But if that was him at 3:30 in the morning, what do you think that Kohberger could have been doing? I mean, what kind of sleuthing could he do at 3:30 in the morning? I'm just trying to figure out, because if he had a scanner and he was listening to the scanner, what kind of what would he be doing that early in the morning? Was he doing some side security jobs? I know he was a security guard in the past, but the typical time frame they say that he was like working or maybe in that area was 10 to 4. So was he working a security job? I mean, think about it. Yeah, I thought it was a truck too, but then when I saw the document, I was like, ooh, maybe it was that Audi that everybody was talking about. And who drives an Audi? Who can afford an Audi in college? Anyone? Or who can afford an Audi, period, in that area of college students and live at the end of the cul-de-sac? What did it say again? Hold on, let me read it. I don't want to get it wrong. After going to bed, he had been asleep for approximately an hour, and he was woken up by a vehicle with a loud exhaust speeding away down the street past his house. He assumed it was a white Audi that parks near his house frequently and has a loud aftermarket exhaust. He parks near the cul-de-sac at the end of